They were digging through mass graves with their bare hands. One guy on TV, I saw him, he found a pack of cigarettes. He said, my brother smoked this kind of cigarette, so this is my brother's body. He took the bones with him so he could bury them, what he thought was his brother. I've never seen men cry like that. I watched my dad try not to cry because when he watched TV with all the green nighttime footage of bombs, he could recognize the street and the neighborhoods where all his family lived. I watched TV looking for faces of our family. I mean, all I did was cry, but my daddy wouldn't. He just ended up choking, making himself sick. I mean, he lived here in the US for 55 years. He played golf 5 times a week. He was just sad but contained because you can't watch it on TV. I was on my knees in the middle of my apartment with my mom watching, holding a rosary, watching CNN. I wanted to pray, but I didn't have words, so I said their names out loud over and over. Sarta, Zuhair, Zuhaira, Benam, Ramzia, trying to see them alive. Because we didn't know anything. We couldn't call, we couldn't get through on the phones. A police station. My uncle Sarta lived in Baghdad next to a police station. Uncle Zuhair lived next to the airport. Amma Huda next to the Palestine Hotel. Amma Zuhaira in Karada, Mount Lebanon. My cousin Maysoon, she used to work for the UN. The whole face got blown off it. I read it on the bus. They never forget, ever. They carry everything with them. They're so attached, like great-grandparents, parents, children. It lives in them. It walks with them. They don't let go of anything. They hold it all inside them. But the year ISIS took Mosul, dementia took my dad. He spent 80 years carrying and 6 years forgetting. And the few times he cried, it was lifetimes. I never saw anything like it. When Dad went into the hospital, the whole country was shutting down. I threw my kids in a rental to drive across the country because I was afraid to drive to Michigan with New York license plates. I was coming from the epicenter and the country was at war. On the drive, my brother, he kept calling, saying we didn't have long the way Dad was breathing. I mean, I knew I wouldn't be allowed inside the hospital coming from New York. I couldn't rush to his side. I couldn't touch. I couldn't hold. So I stood outside my dad's window for 2 days, watching him pass. A man of few words, you know, I watched Dad all my life. Everything I knew about Dad, I knew from watching. I knew he was from Michigan as much as he was from Mosul. I knew he wanted this place. He wanted this life, the water, the green, the golfing, the sky, until he got lost driving home from the store. First they said it was dementia, then they said Alzheimer's. I said, what if it's violence? Because before he lost memories and language, he lost brothers and sisters and neighborhoods and root systems that had been in place for thousands of years. Mary, Sarta, Salma, Ramzia, Falila. My family waited decades for things to get better. They waited. They waited through revolutions and coups and shock and awe and 3 wars and unemployment, but when neighbor turned against neighbor, even my family frayed. One cousin left for a job, another for school. Some escaped in the bottom of boats, then waited years as refugees. Others married locals, worked fast food until they could practice as doctors again. They planted gardens in Germany, New Zealand, survived hurricanes in Houston. They went anywhere they were offered a spot to survive. Australia, France, Tampa, Boston, San Diego, Detroit. We were from Iraq for thousands of years. We scattered in less than 10. Now I can never go home again, sit in my Amma's kitchen and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, we keep going. And the war, well, that was a mistake, don't you think? I don't even know, like hundreds of thousands. How many Iraqis dead? And a woman actually turned to me and said that. She said that war was a mistake. She was getting a pedicure. I was getting a fucking pedicure. I want my country to stop because now another Iraqi is dead. Baba. Oh, Baba. The veteran, too, who moved in 2 doors down on our quiet circle in middle-class Michigan on the same street you lived at longer than you lived anywhere in the world, where you made your garden, raised your kids, mowed your lawn, then drank your beer, where you knew your neighbors for 55 years. That veteran moved in, like you, looking to make roots, but ended up on a rampage near the river. And police came saying, lock the doors, try to hide. My heart breaks. I think, oh my God, did he know your accent? Did he recognize your face? But mostly I think something simpler is true. I think the war made him lose his mind, just like you.